3 minutes, 4 minutes left. Let me see.
This is your Fouls Are Better Than Foul Moods leader Fan Radio Network.
What do you mean?
And KFAN.com. 2 minutes, 39 seconds past the hour of 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. Welcome back. Bumper to Bumper Show. It's live, it's local. It's a 3.5-hour tour, I think, on a fairly balmy, but not quite balmy enough yet for most of us, Tuesday afternoon here in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. My name is Dan Barreiro. I host the program. Guardsy produces, and we are delighted that you are along for at least part of this often extremely bumpy, sometimes controversial ride. What a difference one night makes, Guardsy.
How's your mood ring today?
Well, I'm just saying, better it's about either committing fouls or getting fouled than foul moods. Not much about foul moods last night, although somebody did report from behind, said he would, from behind the Wolves bench, that the Naz Reid mood did seem fairly foul.
Seemed like it, yeah. It got a little spicy.
He ended up getting tossed from the game, correct?
Yes.
And he also ended up with, was it 7 points? I don't think he scored much. Usually that's the kiss of death for the Wolves, but not anymore because
the Sumu era.
The Sumu era kind of officially began last night. That was his second game, but it felt like it was his first time where he felt like he was fitting in. He was having his way with the Atlanta defense, pretty much getting to the basket at will. Was he 11 for 13 from the floor? Will you double check?
I'm pulling up the box score as we
right
speak.
In front of me. And let's take a look. Yeah. Look at these numbers from him. He was, oh, no, it got
9
cut
of
off.
13.
9 of 13. I apologize.
9 of 13.
My box score got cut off for sponsored headlines. So I got Naz on there with 7. And you can look up the numbers. When Naz scores under 10, we're usually doomed because very few other people help us very consistently off of the bench. But the new kid was very good, going to the basket. He's one of those guys who doesn't waste dribbles.
No.
Doesn't waste. He's very efficient, economical moves. No wasted steps. No wasted dribbles. He looked very good. He also looked very locked in defensively as well. So not as much talk last night about foul moods and more about, well, Randall 8 for 14, McDaniels 7 for 11. How about Rudy?
Yep.
7 for 7 from the floor, 18 points in 33 minutes. Dante got 10 shots. What did he get the night before? 1?
I think so.
I think it's literally 1. And he fouled out. Last night, nobody had to play a bunch. Anthony played 38. I guess Randall did play 39.
Triple-double for him.
For Julius, you're saying?
Yes.
Correct. 12 assists and 10 rebounds. So it was all coming together last night for your club. We'll see how long we can keep it on fouls rather than foul mood, as we had discussed yesterday. Nothing helps players who tend to be in a foul mood more than hitting some shots.
Making shots.
You make some shots. It's amazing what everything else seems to look good then, too, and everything. What did we have at the half? Was it 79 points?
I thought it was 81. Yeah, it was 81.
81 at the half.
We scored 41 in the first and 40 in the second.
That's remarkable. What do we shoot from the field? I'm annoyed this box score got cut off for me.
For the game, we shot 60%.
They shot 40. They were 40 for 99, so our defense was
that's a lot of shots.
Also improved.
That's a lot of possessions.
Yeah, that's true. And how did Nikhil do? He had good numbers, 9 for 19.
He kind of got him back into the game a little bit in the second half.
McCollum, the first half was ridiculous.
Yeah, I still like C.J. McCollum.
He's good.
Yeah.
12 for 25 for the game, 38 points in 33 minutes. Nikhil, 9 for 19 from the floor, 23 points, 10 boards. Looks like how many assists? 5 assists, 6 turnovers. He had 6 turnovers in the game. So a lot less about foul mood and a lot more about just, we think of the F word in basketball, we think foul. We do not think the expression foul mood, which we now, I think, is embedded in my psyche, is going to be with me.
I'm going to think about it every
the rest
game.
of the year. Every game, yeah. I'm going to think about foul mood. I guess I don't remember being around another team where that was the way it was described.
But it's perfect.
Foul mooded. It's not. That's a term. I'm making it up. A team filled with foul moods.
Yeah.
Or a collective foul mood.
Right.
Right.
And that's a pretty apt description, I think.
I guess it is.
Unfortunately.
No question about that.
But that's how we're rolling right now.
How much can you answer me how cocky Chris Finch was after the game? Did Chris Finch look at the Jackals who doubted him and who had questioned him?
I don't think so.
Including Johnny Athletic. Do you look him in the eye and say, what do you think of me now?
No, I don't think he did. And I was watching last night because our guy Tom Crean was on last night with Marnes.
Yes, he was.
And no, I think, and Crean even said, I like a lot of the stuff Finchie just said because it was more about just when we do the things we're supposed to do and the ball has energy and we move. And Io gave great defensive presence, which we needed. And he's good for that second group because Rudy's usually not in there. Like, it was more just business as usual, I think, with Finch.
Did any of the Jackals apologize to Chris Finch?
I don't think I heard an apology.
Not a single mea culpa?
No.
Well, that surprises me a little bit. Apparently, during the broadcast, this became a topic of conversation on the FanDuel Wolves Wolves broadcast. This is not the national feed. This was the local feed. I don't even think we were a national game last night.
No, and you also could have heard it on the Fan.
And you could have heard it on the Fan,
yes.
As well as the Timberwolves channel. Let's listen to
hang on. I don't have it pulled
I'm sorry. I thought you had it ready. It's a bit of back and forth that I had not heard last night. I was in and out of the game last night. And it was, I guess, fairly frontal on why Chris Finch just has received so little support, almost no accolades and praise in the years how many years has he been here? Is this 5?
This is year 5, I think.
Year 5. Let's listen. This is Jim Peterson and our guy Alan Horton.
Chris Finch and his staff, they're too good. Been a little disappointing with all of the hand-wringing and talk about Chris Finch and, there's no gratitude for this guy that has brought us to the playoffs 5 years in a row and 2 Western Conference Finals. I mean, how about some gratitude, Alan?
It's shocking, honestly. It is quite shocking.
This guy's done so much for this team. I just can't believe all the years we spent in the desert, not making the playoffs. Tibbs obviously did a great job of getting Minnesota into the playoffs, but what Chris Finch has done to make this an elite level team where they're a contender each and every year.
He has brought us water in the proverbial.
Oh, he certainly has, and I'm not going to take it for granted. His staff it's the best staff, it's the best front office this team has ever had. Both.
Yep.
Is that trolling, or is that for people like me and others, noon to 3, or is that real?
Seem pretty earnest.
I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know what to say. Well, are they criticizing Rudy Gobert? Maybe they may. Maybe they intend to. Maybe it's a message that they meant to be conveyed to a member of the team. By the way, Rudy Gobert has been an extremely helpful player since he's been here, especially the first year that he was here. Chris Finch has received endless praise, rightly, for all the reasons that are laid out there. What are we doing here? Are we really back to that place where when a team becomes as inconsistent as they have been lately, to the point where players internally are questioning what's going on, and Rudy Gobert goes to the level he did, that we have to go back to, well, don't you realize how far this franchise has come? Seriously?
We just did that as recently as the Giannis trade.
Exactly.
To say this is great times for this team.
I don't even know where to begin with that. In grown-up markets, with teams that have big-time aspirations, they understand and accept that you're going to grade on a lot tougher curve. That's where we are now. We've all done the celebration of what this administration has represented and continues to represent. But come on. There's been no adulation for Chris Finch the time he's been here. Is that correct? I mean, in all seriousness, we should be past the point where there has to be apologies demanded for raising questions about what seem to be some legitimate concerns when it comes, as I said, to consistency. Now, the head coach himself is articulating his challenge, the challenges he has with the mood of the players. So the notion that Finchie needs to be protected, or he hasn't been told often enough what a good job he's done here, or people have forgotten that. Here's the other thing. The way it works in every league is good to great coaches get fired all of the time. Doesn't mean they should be. Doesn't mean anyone on this show has even come close to suggesting that should be in the conversation.
I don't think it should be.
I don't either. But things evolve, things change, things happen. Concerns emerge. So I mean, the timing is interesting. You wait till they're up 50 against Atlanta to make the point that you could have just as easily made when they played as crappily as they did the previous game. But I just shake my head because, again, if for the fans out there who are basically saying it's over, he's terrible, he's lost the players, the whole bit. I mean, come on. There's always, but that too is part of fandom. There's always going to be an irrational part of any fan base. But the idea that there's been a lack of appreciation or desire to praise or to give due to the head coach or Tim Conley, come on, man. I thought we had grown up a little bit as a market. Or certainly as a franchise, where it was almost a compliment. People care. They care. They're invested enough now where when they see things going as badly as they had, especially the two previous games, they're going, "What? Wait a minute. Now we're down to like the last 30. What's going on here now? Do we have to nip this in the bud? Is there something else we need to do? Is there something that's missing? Or maybe not?" That's all part of attaining a status where all expectations rise. That's not a lack of gratitude for what's come, what has gotten us to that point. As you mentioned, we just brought it up on the whole Giannis thing. Don't take for granted the fact that he wanted to come here. Why did he want to come here? Because it's a well-run organization.
It's in a good spot.
Well-run organizations occasionally ask questions out loud, people within them or people outside of them as well. Man, oh man, that's... Well, it is what it is. It's their broadcast. Let's make this our first pause, and let's try to put some bonus bucks in somebody's hand.
It is our National Cash Contest, and the first keyword of the afternoon is check. Go to KFAN.com and enter the keyword check.
Person to defend the world of X. We have many conversations about just how crazy it can be and irrational that it can be. But I'm here to tell you that if there are people out there who think it is unprecedented for fans of a good team with a good coach starting to whisper about, well, is it possible he's lost the team, or are there, are they tired of hearing the same voice? This is not unusual territory for pick any team, I'll even say legendary coach, because Finchy, I don't think it's quite to that level yet. And I'm not going to defend all of it. We got some of it yesterday. Somebody said, wait a minute, you ripped him yesterday, now you're defending him. You're kind of, I guess, parsing this a little bit unfairly. In the view of the host of this program, a good coach can still get criticized. You brought it up yesterday. Same thing that came up on Sunday, that the irony of the other day, Finchy being frustrated with his club, and he says, tells the Jackals, go talk to the players.
Ask them why it's so inconsistent.
Ask them.
Yep.
So they ask Rudy, and Rudy fires back, and then Rudy got in trouble. That was, you want to call that a critique? Yeah, it is. That doesn't mean, it's not an either or. The idea that his overall record speaks for itself is true. But the notion that then there can be no pushback on any individual move or situation, come on. What are we? Let's grow up. This isn't Little League here. And I'll say again, he's well compensated. He's not in any trouble, nor should he be. I mentioned that as recently as yesterday. Now, are there people out there who think he should be gone? Probably, but that's not just true here. There's been an endless amount of respect shown, celebration about what this regime has done. And, for the record, let's remember who hired Finchy. Same guy who drafted Anthony Edwards, Gerson
Rosas.
But there's no doubt that the folks who inherited those players and that coach have maximized those good decisions that were made by somebody else. But the idea that, well, you think he's a good coach, well, how could you rip him? Well, we can disagree with a decision or a comment or wonder about it. I just, like I said, I hate to think we got to go back to, well, nothing can be questioned or ever discussed. Hell, I heard on the TV broadcast a couple days ago that the Wolves quit. Well, that sounds kind of ungrateful, given the fact that the team still has a chance to get as far as it did a year ago to the Final Four. So why would you bring that up? Well, you bring it up because that's how it felt at that moment. There was nothing wrong with that observation because in that moment it was true, or it certainly felt like it was true. But couldn't somebody come back and say, man, how quickly you forget about the Wolves? Okay, maybe they got a little discouraged the other night. Maybe things weren't going very well. But if you check where they are in the standings, they're still well above 500. If you checked where they finished. So good teams can get criticized. Good coaches, we should be able to criticize, hopefully rationally and not irrationally. But even that is up for debate. Will you hit the breaking news sounder, or do you want to hit the ode to a dead guy? Which one?
Well, why don't I hit the breaking news sounder while you look for ode to a dead guy? Can we do it that way?
Oh, all right. Yeah,
I could do both.
Yeah, I can get to it.
And now it's time for Ode to a Dead Guy.
Man, oh man, oh man. What was your favorite Motor City Bowl moment? After 29 years, Detroit's bowl game, most recently, I think, called the Motor City Bowl.
No, the Game Above Sports Bowl.
Oh, it is?
That was their most recent.
Game Above Sports?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. There it is. Title sponsor, Game Above Sports. What does that even mean?
Game Above Sports is some company.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that 29 years, they've been the Game Above Sports Bowl, they've been the Quick Lane Bowl, they've been the Little Caesars Bowl, and they've been the Motor City Bowl.
It's a hell of a run.
That's a hell of a run. How many Motor City Bowls or Detroit Bowls did you cover?
3.
3 bowls. Did we win them all?
We won them all, yes. I think I'm the only person that's been a sideline reporter for 3 Motor City Bowls. I'm pretty sure. Because they kept sending us there, even if we didn't deserve it. we were always rumored to go there.
We were getting penalized for the notion that we won't travel well. But wasn't that it for a while?
Maybe, but
I think that was part. I mean, obviously they've gotten beyond that. But for a while, that was the rep. Was they won't bring anybody.
Yeah. So I've been to 3 and had a hell of a time at all 3 of them. But go ahead.
You did?
I loved the Detroit Bowl,
and that's the third bowl to fold in the past year. So, along with the L.A. Bowl and the Bahamas Bowl.
Yep.
Did you ever do the Bahamas? You've been to the Bahamas for other things, but not the football.
I've been to the Bahamas for basketball, but never the football game.
And I thought we had last year, the bowl season just completed. I thought there were 40. We were up to 42 bowls.
That could be right.
So are we back down now to 39, or might there be another one coming? I still wish we would have a bowl. If Detroit can have a bowl,
and they did for 3 decades,
why can't we have a bowl?
You're right. Have Dairy Queen sponsor it or somebody?
It's got to be. It's a chance.
I know. Yeah, this is tough because it got a bad rap. I always enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Mostly because it was an easy trip. You were inside. Ford Field was cool. I like going to Detroit. Nobody believed me, but I always enjoyed it.
No, I understand that. Sam and the South guy here, we become a society that cannot hold 2 thoughts at the same time. It is possible and reasonable to think that Chris Finch is a very good basketball coach, but that he has some issues going on with the team right now. Anyone who can't see that is pretty simple. Well said. And even that is arguable. I understand that's all opinion, hopefully somewhat informed opinion, but we should be able to hold those 2 thoughts. It should not be irrational to do it. Because then if you want to play out that logic, then the team can never, not just the coach, the team can never be criticized on the basis of, well, the overall body of work speaks for itself. Hey, come on. What are we doing here? We got to grow up past that where we have to revert back to, by God, how come we don't appreciate what we have? It's such minor league thinking to me. The Blue Bonnet Bowl will be waiting at the pearly gates. Are you old enough to remember? Because it was the Blue Bonnet Bowl, then it became the Astro Blue Bonnet Bowl.
Okay.
And then I think it went back to being the Blue Bonnet Bowl. Does it still exist? I think it's gone too.
I think that one's gone. Yeah. I think that one's gone.
Garzi is the only multi-time state champion Motor City Bowl reporter as well.
I think that's got to be true, right? It's a pretty rare air.
The General Mills Cereal Bowl, if we hosted one,
that'd be great. We could have a bunch of cereal like the Pop-Tarts.
That's it, and then the winning coach gets all the boxes of cereal dumped on,
and then a bunch of milk,
and then milk afterwards. Yeah, and then he goes, tastes good.
Why aren't we in marketing? Why haven't they asked us?
Have we ever had any? Has there ever been any sort of momentum for a Minnesota Bowl?
I don't think so. They've tried to get to Big Ten championship game. Our friends at Minnesota Sports and Events, they'll try to get that.
And Indianapolis is not going to allow that.
I think Vegas is getting it soon.
Is that true?
Yeah, I think so. Oof. But I can't remember. All these games get mixed around. You're right, because Indy controls everything.
Can I ask you another question?
Sure.
Who is the head coach of the Denver Nuggets?
His name is Mike Malone.
Not anymore.
You're right. David Adelman is the coach now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm curious, did Malone win a title? Did the Nuggets win a title with Malone as a coach?
They did.
Oh. He's not coaching anymore.
No, I see him on ESPN a lot.
So somebody decided, despite the fact that he won it, they decided to make a change. Did the fans make that decision, or did the owner make that decision?
Or Nuggets Twitter.
Or Nuggets Twitter. I don't know. Again, and I'm not even defending that.
Right.
But I'm saying this is a world in which all these guys know it's rarefied air, man, and they're all extremely well compensated for all of the slings and arrows they must deal with. That doesn't mean I think they should necessarily have to take stupid, asinine criticism that is irrational and doesn't even make any sense. But the people who are texting here, I think they're raising questions. Johnny in Athletic raised questions yesterday. He certainly made it clear that he thinks that this coach, his record speaks for itself, but he asked some questions. It's okay to do that. It is a long season, but part of that is figuring out, okay, what did we say all along? The challenge is You don't want to overreact, but you also do not want to underreact to make up a term or make up a word. Bottom of the hour break, is that true?
We can.
Let's do it. Louis at 4. Did I have the right time, 4:02?
Yes.
And then Alec Lewis is going to join at 5:30? No.
5:15.
5:15.
Yeah.
Alec Lewis will join. So we'll get some football with him. Seifert, who has joined us Tuesdays for much of the season, is scheduled to join us tomorrow. So there's still, I just don't see any rational reason to cut back on football coverage. I don't, because I still think there's so much interest. And quite frankly, when a team fires a general manager, it opens up so many more questions about where this is going. And it I think also underscores just how crucial an offseason this will be. But I guess we kind of say that every year with the Minnesota Vikings, because there's no end to the level of interest regarding this particular club. So that's the plan. The rest of the program, maybe some A-section material, and I got a Winter Olympics roundup even before we hit the top 5 at 5 as well. See. Can you hit our Olympic sounder? I just love it so much.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I got to track that down.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you'd...
I hadn't moved it to a button bar yet.
You can use the Sochi one, too, if you prefer, even though it's not Sochi.
Yep, it's going to be just a second.
Because we definitely have... Well, there's a lot of good Olympic stuff to get to, but there's breaking news from Milan Cortina that the hockey community, including Kevin Fallness, might be interested in just a little bit.
You ready?
Yep.
I got to move these over. This is a really good open.
It is. It's well done. It's not over the top, yet it still feels vital. Feels like something important is at stake. There's some gravitas to it.
I like the culmination here.
Am I the only one who believes, and I can't name him? I think that's the big finish is I'm sorry I stepped on the touchdown call. I can't name the Canada women's hockey head coach.
Okay.
But he looks a little like Chip Scoggins to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
In any case, no surprise he has kind of a glum look on his face. This is still the prelim round.
Yes.
The U.S., yet again, utterly and completely dominating Canada.
Troy Ryan is his name.
Doesn't he look a little Scoggins-like?
He could be a brother.
5-0, 5-0. And that's been pretty much, I think, the average score between these two teams.
We're cooking.
Now, we got to play them again. I think we're both assured of getting automatically to the quarters already. But this was still prelim. We took care of business today. 5-0. A game just concluded. Bradshaw and Brian KFAN text line is open at 64686. Lawyer Tom writes, are we really all buying the idea that after one game, the issue regarding the Wolves' inconsistent play and effort has been conclusively solved? Because I'm going to wait for a bit and see what happens in a few more games or weeks or seasons. Yeah, I mean, there's no question about that. Now, they needed it. We talked about the outsized nature of two fairly, nondescript games before the All-Star break simply because of what had come before. And to that extent, they responded at a time when they needed to respond, for sure. But, it's going to be the larger issue. Although I am, like I said, on the basis of what we saw again last night, very encouraged about the new kid because he fits very nicely. Here's the other thing you can tell about him. On a team filled with foul mood players, he ain't going to be high maintenance.
He's 75 and sunny.
He ain't going to be high maintenance. And it's not like he smiles all the time. He just plays. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of soap opera, a lot of drama involved with Dosunmu. That's the good news.
He's grateful.
Think that's what it is?
He's got a grateful heart.
Maybe that's it.
He's grateful to be in the league.
Right.
He's grateful to be on the Wolves. Well, it's a funny moment in the locker room when he was talking about the atmosphere at Target Center. They were just here, the Bulls.
Yes, that's true.
They beat the Wolves. I was at that game.
Did. You're right.
My family. And he was talking about how great the environment was in the third and fourth quarter, and Ant chimed in, yeah, that's when I was cooking you, basically. And then Io said, well, yeah, we won the game. It was brilliant.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
It was so good.
He's in it to win it.
I love it.
That's what he wants to do. So, again, What will be interesting to see is how the rotations are affected. I could easily see a situation evolving in which at the end of games, maybe Io's on the court and in a given game, DiVincenzo isn't. Or, maybe you're going with a little bit of different lineup. I think there's every reason to believe you're going to see this kid play a lot. And I wouldn't at all be surprised if he ends up being part of their prime lineup at the ends of a lot of games. Because like I said, he's very game defensively. He's used to guarding good wings. He's not intimidated by any of that. He's got good size. Now, is he always going to shoot as well as he did last night? Probably not. But he also had a couple of nice. Here's the other thing he does. We've improved our pace this year, right, from what it has historically been. And that's hard to do with Rudy. And to a certain extent, it's hard to do with Julius. But what I again noticed last night is he's going. He's going. He's in the front court in no time with the ball. And at some point, then everybody else has to come along for the ride.
Yes.
And I think that's going to be another helpful addition to get some cheap baskets, to get a little bit ahead of it as well. Where was I? Oh, a couple texts real quick here. How about the Mayo Clinic Bowl?
Oh, that'd be a good one.
They got all the money in the world.
Big Knocker could do the coin toss.
Well, somebody said name it the Big Knocker Bowl. I think that might be too
Can't do that in
inside
2026.
joke. Well, that, and I don't, outside of our audience, not everybody, I'd like to think everybody knows about the Big Knocker thing. They probably don't.
No, it's got different meanings.
Even despite my ego, I think understands that. But Mayo, something around Mayo Clinic, you kidding me? Think of all the good they could do with that branding. And again, in terms of raising money for the causes they're involved with. Are you kidding me? The Mayo Clinic Bowl? And maybe you come up with a fancier title. I don't know. Name, but I mean, does it not write itself?
Well, and also
with all of their reach,
you could pivot off of the Duke's Mayo Bowl, which I've also been a sideline reporter for.
Yes, you have.
Say like one bowl game's gross, and the other bowl game changes and saves lives. The Mayo Clinic Bowl.
Well, you could do that too. Yeah, that's true.
One game spends the whole time making their play-by-play people eat stuff with mayonnaise, which is good mayonnaise, by the way. And then we dunk the head coach, and the other one is about saving lives. Which Mayo Bowl do you want to participate in? And
then maybe we could have the Knocker could present the trophy. That would be how good would that be?
He would do it.
Well, actually, though, as an IU grad, he'd look down on it because it would be a second or third rate bowl early.
You don't know that. I mean, it might elevate.
It could eventually. It
might elevate. You got a lot of text momentum for the Dairy Queen Bowl. Ice cream possibilities. The Cereal Bowl's good, too.
Yeah, it is.
We have a lot of good options. We just don't have.
I'm just thinking, like I said, that with all their reach, to connect it with something, with that medical juggernaut.
Be great.
Oh, man. Because, I mean, they're just printing money there. I mean, whatever. What do you think it cost to host to make it your bowl and to finance it, so to speak?
Right.
What do you think it costs? Any idea what it might cost?
I'm just going to Google it.
Yeah, Google it. See what we come up with.
How much do companies pay?
Because it's not just, I guess it's the sponsorship, but for them it would be like their deal, their bowl. Like they would have to pay to set everything up and all that.
Yeah, but not really, because a lot of these bowls are owned by ESPN.
Oh, that's a good
point.
point.
And then they kind of do it.
Okay.
Because ESPN's the one.
Yeah,
ESPN's the reason there's so many bowl games.
That's it, because they want to fill TV time.
They want to fill TV time.
That's true. That's a great point.
So it really only costs, according to the AI overview here, it could cost anywhere from $375,000 to $1 million.
That's like tip change for
Mayo.
For Knocker and Mayo Clinic.
It could cost. Yeah, the Texas Bowl got Kinders for roughly $3 million annually. Now, if you want a major bowl like the New Year's Six bowls in the playoffs, those are like $20 to $30 million. Those are
they got that too.
They could do that too.
They could do that too.
You're right.
Let me ask you something. Does the Cleveland Clinic have a bowl?
I wondered if anybody would jump in on the Cleveland Clinic.
I don't think they do.
No, they don't.
Is there any other major medical establishment connected on that level to a bowl?
I'll have to think about it. Not one
Maybe
that I've
there
been
is,
to.
and I haven't paid attention to it.
Yeah,
But
not
that
one
is-
that I've been to.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're here to help if they're interested. Mayo Clinic knows how to get a hold of us. I've got two utterly and completely unrelated items. One of them is about Chris Maddle, and one of them is about Bill Musgrave.
Musgrave.
Do you remember him?
The Musgrave Diggers.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which do you want first? They're not related.
Let's do Musgrave. Let's go to football.
He's back. Somebody just hired him to be their quarterback's coach, and now I can't remember what team it was.
All right.
But the only reason I bring it up, of course, is Bill Musgrave is in the Guinness Book of World Records as having possessed the smallest play card
Yeah.
a sideline play card in the history of the National Football League.
New York Jets hired him as the QB coach.
Jets. Remember that small card?
Yes, I knew that's where you were
'Cause
going when you brought it up.
I think his card, you know who else has a small card? B-Flow. B-Flow's card is not huge,
Right.
but I think you go, what's defense? So there's not as many possibilities, even though B-Flow's got a lot of different permutations of his defense. But offense, everybody loses their mind because they want to believe it's almost Flip Saunders-like with his 350-page playbook.
I forgot about Flip's
where
playbook.
you go, you got to have a big play. Because if you have a big play card, that means the possibilities in your offense are endless. And then you see Musgrave with a postage stamp of a card. And it was like, well, we got four. Yeah, no wonder. We only got 4 plays. He can't fit any more plays on that card.
Was he Leslie Frazier's offensive coordinator?
That's a good question.
I feel like he was.
He might have been,
I'm
yeah.
getting my eras kind of mixed
He's been
up.
in the league forever. Now, I don't know where he was last year. I've lost track of Musgrave. But had you considered this? This is from Texter Mark. We'll never get a bowl in Minnesota because Governor Walz has made Minnesota an absolute laughingstock. Did you see that coming today on the bingo card?
I should have. I guess we should have. Called the Fraud Bowl.
So people were ready to commit financially to a bowl. And they said, Minnesota?
We can't go there.
We can't go there. Feeding our future. We can't go there. Governor Walz.
The learning centers.
What are we going to do?
Yeah. Once Walz gets out of there.
How are we going to gain any momentum in Minnesota? It's true. When you got that kind of one-track mind, man, God bless you.
Seriously.
That's new creativity. How about the Spam Bowl?
Be a good one.
It'd be a good one. That's us,
Local
right?
angle.
Local angle.
Yep.
And
Austin.
then what would you, like, for that celebration, you'd open those cans and just drop Spam cutlets
I guess.
over the head of the winning coach?
I guess. Yeah, that's what you would have to do. Yes. You would have to do that.
Musgrave's placard was tiny because it only had to say, "Get Adrian the ball." Adrian Peterson.
He was the coordinator from 2011 to 2013, so that would have been Frazier.
He was.
That would have been Leslie Frazier's guy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's outstanding. All right, that was the Musgrave item. You want I know that the texter I just quoted is going to love our Chris Maddle nugget of the day. Well, actually, there's 2 on Maddle.
Okay. I'm ready for both.
I think I mentioned this to you. I know I mentioned it on air.
The CNN bit?
Maddle was on the CNN. I think it's Abby Phillip. Is it Phillip or Phillips? Will you double check her last name? She's got the, I want to say it's 9 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central free-for-all CNN show where...
Abby Phillip.
No S, right?
Correct.
Okay. And she's the traffic cop, basically. And then it's the old, all right, we're going to get 3 Sharks and 3 Jets, and we're just going to it's going to be a free-for-all, right? Well, Maddle did it last week, one day. I happened upon it, and he almost got into a fist fight during it. Well, now my sources say he's going to do it again. CNN,
they love it.
They see the potential here.
They like the clicks, as Flip would
I hope
say.
he doesn't end up moving, but...
No.
Here's the other. Did you see this Maddle item on X? This is a tweet from Chris Maddle.
I don't think I did.
U.S. Attorney's Office for Minnesota application question. Quote, how would you help advance the president's executive orders and policy priorities in this role?
That's a question?
That's the question. A question.
Is that the job?
To which Maddle wrote, DOJ should be apolitical. This reveals what happens when children run our major institutions.
Metal in your face.
Yeah. You hit the seal of approval for me on that one?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I should have been ready for that, too.
that's all right. We're playing a lot of the bits today.
Yeah, might as well.
Lavelle would be proud. We're all bits.
We haven't done that in a while.
It's the Bumper to Bumper Seal of Approval.
Nicely played by Chris Maddle, who's getting quoted a lot. Andy Luger's getting quoted a lot, too. I think he was quoted in a New York Times story. Frequent guest of the Bumper to Bumper program for a reason.
And big J.J. McCarthy fan.
He is. He may be the number one J.J. McCarthy fan in the state of Minnesota. So I'm being serious. He is doubling and tripling down on his belief in J.J. McCarthy. He's making it just about the offensive line. And that's part of it. We still need a center, right? For the third straight year.
I think we do.
Going to keep needing centers over and over again.
What about the Land O'Lakes Butter Bowl?
That's good, too.
Where you make statues of the two head coaches like those at the state fair. We do have too many fortune. In all seriousness, I know we're never going to get one, number one, because of Walls,
right,
because he's made it a hellhole. But number two, because it's so cold, we're never going unless, here's the other wrinkle, Dan. There's not a lot of momentum, but there's a small groundswell, and I don't like this, and it'll never happen, to move bowl games to like the summer or right before the season.
Seriously?
Yes. And then once the regular season ends, you do the playoff and then you move on. It's not
the worst idea.
I just don't see in practicality how it would ever work.
No, it wouldn't.
But coaches, my guy Neuheisel has brought it up a bunch, and I don't see how it was going to work. But we could have a bowl game in the summer. We could do it at Huntington Bank or U.S.
Then
Bank.
we wouldn't have to listen to all the crap about our bad weather.
The weather, exactly. Because
that's true.
That's the reason why it won't come. But there's so many Fortune 500 companies that would love to have a bowl game here. It'd be so easy.
Well, we can have a bowl game indoors here.
We could, yes. It's unlikely because of the weather. That's why Detroit got the bad rap.
What do you mean? Why was it? But it's indoors. So what the hell's the difference on the weather?
Because fans just don't want to come and spend 2-3 days in your city when it's cold.
A city that embraces winter like we do, that's different.
I agree. That's why I liked Detroit. That's what we're told. But I was one of a dozen people that didn't hate Detroit.
Here's the reason, as much as I whine about it regarding all the extra bowls, I don't think they're ever going to go away, is what you said. If you look at that gap in time now between what would be, I guess, the postseason tournament and the end of the regular season, especially around the holidays, there's just too many open dates for ESPN 1, 2, 3, 4, and the Ocho to fill.
Right.
So they still want programming. And guess what? People watch them. You put them on TV, people watch those games. They just do.
The Rate Bowl was like 6 million, 4 million, 6 million, something like that, the Gopher game. Yeah, against New Mexico. It was a good number.
Dan, my sister has worked at the Mayo Clinic for 25 years. She will always remind me that the Mayo Clinic is a nonprofit organization in a quarter mile. What does that mean?
Say it again.
She will always remind me that the Mayo Clinic is a nonprofit organization in a quarter mile. What does that ending mean? Is that a joke I'm missing?
I don't know.
That's Marty from
maybe that's just how
Richfield.
That's how much space it takes up, maybe? I don't know.
Louis at the top of the hour, is that correct?
Yes.
And then Alec Lewis, talk more football at 5:30. No, 5:15, you told me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a Wolves and 5 one, but it wasn't. It was just a shot at me. Very different. Very. Oh, no, here's, the nickname that you may not have heard that has been suggested for me a week or so ago was Dantifa.
Oh, yeah, I did hear that one.
Dantifa.
Yes.
Here's a new one, Bad Bunny Barreiro. It's good alliteration.
I do like that.
DFL Dan couldn't even go 1 hour without getting political. So, again, here's the irony. Chris Maddle, a Republican, criticizes the administration for one of the questions asked of incoming attorneys to work at the U.S. Attorney's Office. And why is he complaining about it? He believes, being the naive individual he is, that the DOJ should be relatively apolitical. So a guy who knows, who understands how this system works, is decrying the politics of this situation, and my bringing it up is the part that's political. So for that individual, there is no discussion about the possibility that the question itself is political. That's just okay. That gets grandfathered in. And anybody raising any questions about it, they're the ones being political. Let me read what Mattel said again. DOJ should be apolitical. This reveals what happens when children run our major institutions. You cannot make it up. All right, we'll make this a top of the hour pause. Got questions for Luigi? Now's the time. Bradshaw and Brian KFAN text line is open at 646-86. That's 64686. I don't think it's likely to be a KFAN Bowl. I don't know that we have the money for that.
No, I wish we did.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It'd be fun. It'd be very fun.
Pre-game, in-game, and post-game commentary from all the shows. How good would that be? But I don't think we can count on it. Do you?
Not in this climate and environment. Maybe someday.